Oh goody, some more scenarios for me to do. Liam All-Star once again here to play God in the Moral Machine. Now we got a criminal who's actually obeying the law and a regular Joe who is not. Do I stick to the morals of before and hope that the criminal reforms himself? Well, that's probably the same criminal from the last time that I played that whole scenario to and thought maybe he would reform himself. It clearly sees in this scenario that he doesn't seem to have learnt anything. Oh well. Well, look at that. One elderly man and one large man will die, or one elderly woman and one large woman. Well, they're staying the course. There's not much it can do, unfortunately. So, one female athlete, one large man, one pregnant woman, which will cause one female athlete, one woman, and one homeless person to be traumatized for a long time. I don't know why a homeless person would be right in the back there. Maybe they're hitching a ride. Maybe she's giving him somewhere to stay. Who knows? But they're flouting the rules at the crossing. And they're gonna kill the pregnant woman. But they're flouting the rules. You can't break the rules. Plus, they're not even people to me. They're nothing. Ha. Kill the pregnant woman or the boy, who obviously looked to left and right. Or the two animals, the dog and the cat, who just simply did not choose to stop and wait to see if the car would stop. Elderly people who are jaywalking, or young people who are not. Well, kids, that's a lesson that you should learn for the rest of your life. Yeah, they'll traumatize them, but at least they'll be comforted in the knowledge that they now know the difference between going at green and stopping at red. Just saying. Once again, I'm not even looking, obviously a female executive or doctor. One woman, one female doctor. Occupation notwithstanding, the fact is that she's disobeying the law. Oh, that's a lot of people that would die in this situation as opposed to just one doctor. I'm afraid that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few in this instance. Or the one. These scenarios are rather easy this time. I mean, very easy. I'm almost all the way through the 13 and I've barely done like 3 minutes. Come on, give me some ones to think about, people. How am I supposed to keep this little series going if it's only going to last 2 minutes? In this scenario, we got one large woman, one large woman, no, one large man. Oops, I just called him a large woman. I'm going to have to take him out so he doesn't get offended. So, which elderly man dies? Spang. Well, at least he can make peace with himself and he knows what's coming. Whereas here, he's probably thinking, I'm about to get to the end of the street on my own for the first time in years. I don't know. It's unfortunate, but the one in the car must die. Now, one boy, one elderly man, and 2 men. So it's 2.5 men, or rather 3.5 men. Man. Or one girl, one elderly woman, and 2 women. So it's either 2.5 men and an elderly man, or 2.5 women and an elderly woman. Man. Woman. Well, the women are finishing the crossing. Check both ways. They're nearly at the other side. Whereas all the men just thought, you'll stop for me. Boss, I'm a man. Cars will stop for men. I'll run over the women instead. Sexist pigs. It's them, not me. That's why I killed them. Killed them all. So, look at this. One cat, male doctor, one female executive, and one baby, one homeless person. That is one interesting scenario versus one cat, one female doctor, female executive, whatever she wants to call herself, or one male doctor. Needs of the many outweigh the needs of you. I can barely talk right now. Needs of the few. That's what I meant to say, not the whatever I said before. Sorry. Okay, second last one for this lot. A whole bunch of athletes who were just running around flouting the rules of society. 4 male athletes and 1 female athlete. You know, I did the same thing before, hoping that they would learn their lesson, but now they've got even more runners going across and not assuming that the car won't stop. They're just... No, they probably didn't even look where they were going. They're just running. You know, some of those runners who just run everywhere. I've had runners who run in front of the car and then they get pissed off at me because I didn't stop. It's like, you know, you gotta stop. You know, it's the same with the people on their mobile phones who just walk into things and then they blame those inanimate objects for being in the way of them. We must take them out. All of them. And maybe it'll get these 2 men, 2 large men, and 1 large woman. They'll be inspired. Or maybe they'll lose their appetite for a while and lose weight. I don't know. I'm getting all judgmental. Last one for the set. This is kind of a quick set, this one. Do I kill a bunch of people or a bunch of animals? If I truly say that they're equal, we've got what? 1 large man, 1 male doctor, 1 male athlete, 1 girl, 1 female doctor. Versus 3 dogs and 2 cats. Ugh. We got a doctor. 2 doctors. And because they are there, they can save lots of lives. Lots of lives from me. You had a doctor in your crowds. That's why, unfortunately, the 3 dogs, 2 cats, they didn't do anything wrong. But natural selection. Okay, that's the end of that set. The most saved character was the female doctor, so no longer the little female kid, but the most killed character was the dog. That's not my fault. That's their fault. Saving more lives still matters a lot. Protecting passengers, it matters a little more than half. Upholding the law matters a lot less than it did before. Avoiding intervention matters a lot still. Gender preference females. So it's shifted. Now I'm a feminist, perhaps. Although by calling myself a feminist now, I probably just offended all the feminists. Oh well. Humans, well, that's not my fault, that's their fault. Still prefer younger. Still don't know what to say. Maybe I should rephrase that. So I prefer the age preference. It's like fitness preference, rather. Preference. Should talk properly. Preference. Maybe I'm just adding those little ad-lib screw-up phrasing so I can extend this video, because it was a rather short one this time. Social value preference, I've shifted from the higher socioeconomic down to the lower. Well, that's rather interesting. But let me know how you went, or not, I don't care. Either way, test it out yourself, see how you go, see how things play out. And the moral machine forces you to make the call. Who lives, or rather what lives, and what dies. In the meantime, my name is Liam. I'll see you guys next time.